What's the goddamn button? What's the goddamn button? For the longest time, Will Smith and Jada have been in so many different conversations about cheating, about sexuality, preferences, opportunities lost and gone and came. This right here takes another turn for the worse. What I want to play for you in this first clip is just a little summary of what we're dealing with right now. Let me bring this up here and we'll roll the footage, shall we?
Did Jada Pinkett Smith really make someone go missing? For years, the Smiths' inner circle has been surrounded by rumors, leaks, and shifting alliances. Bilal Salam, a former friend of Will Smith, has claimed in a new $3 million lawsuit that things took a dark turn during Will's 2021 birthday celebration. Jada allegedly confronted him in a hotel lobby with a full entourage, accusing him of sharing private information about her life. Salam claims Jada threatened that if he didn't sign an NDA, he would catch a bullet or even end up missing. Jada also reportedly launched a smear campaign after he refused to help spin the Chris Rock Oscar scandal. Jada dismissed Salam's statements as ridiculous back then, but has not responded to the new claims. Is this power play or paranoia? Tell us in the comments. Could Jada Pinkett Smith really...
What I want to say real quick is that gentleman has done an interview with Tasha K, which will be in this next clip that I'm going to bring up here on the screen. And he's basically telling you that a lot of those things that we thought were happening at them Diddy parties and all that, they're real. And he's willing to put his life on the line for it, apparently. Don't know why this is a shocker to anybody. They're human just like us. But the fact that if any of this is even true, to suggest that that man violated your privacy is pretty much your death sentence for him is wild to me. We already knew you had an open relationship. You was sleeping with August Alsina. Who knows who else? I mean, the disrespect on your part alone has been crazy. We've heard all of the allegations about Will being with other people, and like that whole dynamic y'all got going on is nasty. But this is what happens when you got the spotlight on you. When you live a certain lifestyle, when you choose to deal with certain entities, eventually all that stuff that's done in the dark will come to the light. But let me get to this next clip for y'all so you'll see exactly what I am talking about.
Somebody stole 2 hard drives from Jada's house. So now we get into why she's even more mad. Jada would watch at the houses. She had her laptop. She would stick her hard drive in, right? Boom, and hook it up to the TV. And she could play whatever video she watching. So I'm seeing videos of her and Will and a bunch of other, some celebrities, everything. Because remember, the last interview I told you, if you don't sue me, I'm gonna let people know who you've been hitting with them dildos. And I said, if you don't sue, I'm going to sue. So I told you, being Muslim, whatever I say I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do, period. And I got to have evidence. So she's sitting down here watching, playing with herself, high as a kite, right? Not caring who's in the house, whether kids watching, nothing. She's in her own world. So that's how I was able to see the tapes. I saw them, and I saw some things that were unreal, and I saw celebrities on the tape.
Ooh.
I'm under penalty of perjury. If anything in here is a lie, my ass going to jail. Period. There's no if, there's no ends, there's no buts. You know what you and Diddy was doing together in y'all younger years. All that's coming out.
Who else did you see allegedly on the tapes?
Tyrese with Will and Jada, then the one with Charlie Mack and
Yo. I'm all for scandals. But let me ask a question. If any of this is true, does this hurt anybody's career? Does it change how you feel about anybody that's involved? Does it make you stop supporting? Good content is good content, right? Will it matter? Is this all for clout and validation and attention, clicks and views? You know, the enemy works in mysterious ways, but not so mysterious to the point that you can't see when somebody is moving with God and somebody is moving with the devil. If all of this is accurate, does it really change anything? Because a lot of your favorite rappers and singers and producers, they've sold their soul, they've bargained with it. And they out here right now to this day pushing out the type of music that create this atmosphere that he's describing. Of course, why would you care if I'm saying it? Yeah, there's supposed to be a whole interview. Go to TashaKLive.com, I suppose. I personally, I don't need to see it. I already know it exists. Maybe not to the extent that he's describing it. I know, but I know them people's lifestyles is like that though. You don't have to be in the inner circle to see it. Will he get his settlement? If anything happened to him, what can people see? If all this come out and it's true, what's next? And then on top of that, you got to pick and choose your battles. You got to know who your friends are. You got to know what you're signing up for. You got to know what you're serving, what you're pouring into, what you're reaping, and so on at every turn, man. Because you end up in situations like this. Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to be friends with none of them. None of them. The hell with that. Y'all tell me though, what y'all think about this whole situation though. I'm not surprised to see her face again.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pushite the talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is getting plain if you get it messy.